Emma's knees grew heavy. Why was her name written in Richard Hale's last words? She wondered. The street felt colder. Her instincts kept telling her to burn the note. Forget the mansion. Forget about the old man. Forget about the scary man in dark suit. But something deeper than fear kept her wanting to unveil the truth. Richard's words weren't a confession. He had written a warning. The next morning, the town was already filled with gossip. The reports showed the judge found dead in his library, natural causes, but she knew it was a lie. So, she did what he must have wanted her to do. She searched through his old case files. She looked through dusty ledgers, and a locked drawer in his office she forced open with her hairpin. She found a stack of documents kept together. There were bank transfers, coded letters, and land deeds. She saw they were financial records, until she saw a signature on one of the documents. It was her late father's name. He had signed the papers via Richard's request. Her father had been dead for 10 years in what she always believed was an accident. She continued reading. He had been part of a pact. A circle of men who controlled the town from the shadows, rigging elections, laundering money, and killing rivals. Richard was the last surviving member. And her father, before he died, had refused to go along with the idea of murder. Emma was speechless. The victim had been a local journalist, who wanted to reveal all their secrets. The accident that killed her father wasn't an accident at all. He died because he wanted out. Tears covered her eyes, and Richard's message became clear now. He had carried the pact's secrets for years, until the same silence claimed him. The man in dark coat was the one they called the enforcer, who kept the circle in check. That night, she stood alone at the town square. She chose not to be silent. In the morning, the people woke up to the sound of her voice reading out names. Their crimes, the proof. Crowds gathered. The man in dark suit stood watching her, with an angry look, but he couldn't do anything. The truth was no longer hidden. That evening she handed the last of the papers to the press. For years, Richard and her father had lived under the weight of secrets. Now it had been lifted. The words were no longer a burden to her now, because, finally she spoke. And that made all the difference. Please, leave a comment if you enjoyed this story, like and subscribe.